This is how you play the 1, 4, 2, 5, 7, 1 chord progression in C major. We're going to start with the first inversion chord. So we'll have E on the bottom, which is the third of the chord, and the first, which is normally on bottom, will be up top, and then the fifth in the middle. So we have E, G, and C, making a C major chord in first inversion. Play that chord for me. And make sure that you're using 1, 2, and 5 in the right hand, that you're using 2 in the middle. Play that chord again, correcting the fingers if you need to. To get to your 4 chord, you're going to keep the top note, and the bottom 2 notes are going to move up a step. So E and G become F and A with the C on top. That's the F major chord. And since it's all in thirds, that's root position. And that's your 4 chord. Go back to the 1 in first inversion and go back to the 4. To get to your 2, your bottom 2 notes are going to stay the same, but we're going to replace our 3 finger in right hand with our 2 finger, because we're going to take that top note and move it up a step. Notice when I did that, my other fingers found keys to belong to. So that's F, A, D, making a D minor triad in first inversion. And just like the last chord we had in first inversion, right hand uses 2 in the middle. Now switch back to 3 in the middle to go back to 4 chord, and then switch back to 2 in the right hand in the middle to go to the 2 chord. To go to the 5-7 chord, your outside notes, F and D, will remain where they are. Your middle note will step down. Notice my right hand 2 went to it, and notice I already had my left hand 4 on it. So you have F, G, and D. And this is the G7 chord. Let's go back to the 2 and back to the 5-7. And then we simply go back to the first chord we started on, C major in first inversion. Let's play through that, saying how each note moves. 1, 2, ready, go. Start in C major, bottom 2 move up, top moves up, middle moves down, back to 1. Notice when we go from 5-7 back to 1, my left hand replaces 4 with 3. And notice in my right hand, my 2 remains on G, it just pivots. Let's go through that again, and this time let's say our Roman numerals. 1, 2, ready, play and say 1, 4, 2, 5, 7, 1. And let's go back through again, and this time say our chord names. So for this first 1 chord, we're going to say C major because it's a C major chord. And then for the 4 chord, we'll say F major because it's an F major chord. For the 2, the second note in the C major scale is D minor, so we'll say D minor. For the 5-7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is G, so we'll say G back to 1. We'll say C major again. 1, 2, ready, play, and say. C major, F major, D minor, G7, C major. And saying our chord names prepares us for the next thing, which is left hand playing a bass line. The way left hand does that is, whatever chord name we're on, the left hand just plays the name of the chord, or the root. So if I'm saying C major, my left hand plays a C. If I say F major, my left hand plays an F. When I say D minor, my left hand plays a D. And when I say G7, my left hand plays a G. And then of course back to C major, where left hand plays C. Let's go through and say our chord names again, this time with the left hand playing the root of each chord. 1, 2, ready and play. C major, F major, D minor, G7, C major. And now let's see how exam ready we are by playing with the metronome. We're going to hold each one for 2. Let's go back with both hands on chords for the parallel. 1, 2, hold each one for 2. And we'll keep right hand on chords, and now we'll take left hand to playing the roots for the bass line version. 1, 2, hold each one for 2.